won't say too much about the movie. I'll let you see the movie. At the end, I'll come back and we'll have some questions and we'll be able to talk about the films, the themes of the films, my personal life. You know, everything is open for questioning. So thank you very much for being here, because you could not be here. It's a possibility. Because, you know, you could be home and, you know, just watching a movie on a platform. And I'm someone that believes very much in cinema. And if you're here today, I think you believe in cinema also.
Un Britannique a très justement écrit que puisque Dieu ne pouvait être partout,
Est-ce que vous pouvez prévenir mon mari que je pars accoucher?
Pars à l'hôpital!
il a donc dû inventer les mers.
It's a comedy. It's a drama also. It's a true story. It's a story of a mother in Paris. The story starts in 1963, and it's a story of a mother that does everything to save her son from a physical handicap.
Je peux le voir.
Il a un pied beau.
Et l'autre, il est pas beau.
C'est une malformation.
I met with the producers from Gaumont, and they invited me to read the book Ma Mère, Dieu et Sylvie Vartan, and I just loved the story. It had everything that I love in a story, and so I read the book a first time, and then without even putting the book down, I read it a second time.
Votre enfant est handicapé.
Non.
I do realize that I do tend to develop stories that develop the family theme, and so Starbuck was obviously a comedy that explored the family theme, and in this case it's more specifically the relationship between mothers and sons.
Ma mère s'attendait pour moi à rien de moins qu'un miracle.
Roland devait rentrer à l'école en septembre.
Son premier jour d'école, il ira tout seul en marchant.
Mon mari n'était pas médecin, il était rebouteux.
On va devoir placer Roland en famille d'accueil.
I knew Sylvie Vartan, I knew her songs, but it was great to be able to dive into her career and listen again to all her greatest hits and see how much I didn't quite realize how important she was to many, many, many people. And so it was great to be able to tell a story where she had that importance in the story. And it was also a great pleasure to be able to work with her, because she's in the movie. She came, she probably had 3-4 days of shooting, and it was just a great pleasure.
Je peux peut-être essayer de vous aider si vous voulez. Il faut que Roland soit bien concentré sur une seule chose. Qu'est-ce qu'il aime, Roland?
Roland, ça fait 20 fois que tu la mets, celle-là, arrête, s'il te plaît.
On vous prend tout. Tout ce que vous avez sur Sylvie Vartan.
I like to write stories where there's a certain distance to my reality, and in this case there is a great distance, because it's a story that takes place in France and in the 60s. I'm from Quebec, and so it is a story that's very, very far from me. I'm feeling very interested in the creative process, is even though on the surface the story is very, very far from me, I think I do finish, you know, since I write the story, since I direct the actors, and I feel that I do pour a lot of myself into that. So.
Tu parles à personne dans le métro?
Pourquoi tu me dis de pas parler à des inconnus dans le métro? Pourquoi? J'ai 27 ans, maman.
Je sais pas pourquoi tu veux absolument parler à des inconnus.
I had actually the privilege to shoot 2 movies in the studio system here in the United States. So I shot one movie that we shot in New York. That's called Delivery Man, but all of post-production was here in Hollywood. So I really lived that experience, and then the year after, I did another movie for Regency, and so I have been here. I've worked here, so it's a great town to work in because everyone is passionate about their film.
Jamais tu n'arriveras à te défaire de cette femme.
Pourquoi tu dînes chez ta mère?
C'est très dur pour elle. Laisse-lui juste le temps de couper le cordon.
Arrête de t'immiscer dans tout. Arrête de t'immiscer dans la vie de mes enfants. Arrête.
Tu vas avoir un mariage fabuleux. Tu vas avoir des enfants fabuleux. Tout pour toi sera fabuleux.
Since we were doing post-production on the movies that I shot here, I was actually on the lots, and I had my offices there, and there was tourists that would come up just outside my window, and they would actually present other directors that had worked in my office, and I could hear the tour going on outside, and it kind of gave, there was a lot of pressure because there was these great directors that actually had my office at that moment. So it is a city with a lot of film culture, and very interesting. It's great that there's this French film festival here, and it's great that the venues are full, and there's so many people that are interested in films and movies that are not just made here in the United States, but also from elsewhere. So that is very interesting to me. It's very touching that they would take the time to come and see French movies.
Je te donne ma vie. Madame Pérez, la maman de Maître Pérez.
C'est très familial.
Et c'est ce qu'on aime.